Welcome everyone to our Thursday video of why it went viral. The video that we are going to be watching today is a video by one of my favorite creators, Casey Neistat. It is his video, Make It Count. It's about a 4-minute video. We're going to take a look at it, watch it, and figure out what made it go viral.
How many views does it have?
I think it has like 36 million views.
That would be nice to have.
That would be really nice to have. And so yeah, we're just gonna take a crack at it now. Of course he would do something like that.
See, like already right there, he's already doing something like against the grain. Someone told him to do something and he did something else.
Yeah, you guys could probably just sit there and read it on the screen, but he said that Nike wanted him to make a video, but instead of actually making a video the way that they wanted him to make it, he decided to go in very Casey Neistat fashion and go travel the entire world with his best friend until that money ran out and then make a video out of it. So I guess right now, it's looking like from New York to Paris.
And that just like begs the question, like, you gotta ask yourself, did that piss Nike off? I think that's another big reason this video went viral, is because like, dang, he just stuck it to Nike. Did they get pissed because he did this? Or like, what happened? Like, he just blew millions of dollars.
And I think another big thing is the thing that we want to focus on in these videos are why it went viral. I think that's a really big thing too. I think another thing too is it shows like the rawness of it. He doesn't glamorize this trip. Like, yeah, it'd be amazing and wonderful to go on this sort of a trip, but he doesn't glamorize it. He shows where they're having trouble making their flight. He shows him chasing a car. He's being silly in that fashion, but he shows the struggles and shows what it's like. And I guess, in a sense too, he still is making an ad for Nike to be able to continue to be moving and get out and be active. But he does it in a very unique way.
Yeah, and I just think like, how can we apply this to our own businesses, to our own creations? It's just, how many times do you see the typical boring headshot video that every business owner does on a selfie stick? Like, that's not going to go viral like this did, because he's doing something against the grain. He's doing something not everybody else is doing. He's traveling instead of making a video for Nike. So just like, he's figuring out a unique way to tell the story. So I just think, if we can figure out a way how to do that in all of our videos, we'd have a lot more interaction with the videos as well.
I think something else that is important along with that is that it's telling your story in your way. I think lots of people discount that and forget that's what sells. That is why so many of us patronize so many restaurants and specific websites and clothing brands, or because they tell a unique story. It's the people behind the brand, lots of times, that is the reason why we're willing to continue to go back or use a product and a service. And being able to show that in the advertising, in the promotional videos, I think is really, really important and connects really, really well with target markets.
Yeah. Like here he is doing something crazy. He's tattooing "do more" on your arm. Like, who in the world is gonna get a tattoo that looks like that? Of course you're gonna share that with your friend. Like, look how silly this is. You just got this tattoo. So like, exactly what Mason was saying, you gotta learn how to tell your story instead of just telling what your product is or why someone should buy it. Instead just tell your story. And there's so Grant Cardone came up with a really good way to tell your story. He came up with a list and just list out all the words that describe your story. And then from that list, create stories or start telling and sharing posts about all those words on that list, and that'll help you tell your story. And the more you tell it, the better it gets, and the more you tell it, the more you find your story as well. So yeah, like Mason was saying, it's all about telling your story and getting your story out there to the world.
And telling it in your own unique sense and fashion. That's one of the things, that's the reason why for years, Casey Neistat had a daily vlog, and I watched it every single day. I've watched literally at least 1,000 of his videos, and it's because he tells his story in his own unique way, and he does it in a very real, way. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He's very real, and I feel like we're in that creative world, and so for us, we relate to that kind of thing. We understand that it's not always beautiful and glorious and wonderful. Whenever we go out to a shoot, we actually have kind of a funny saying that it's not actually a shoot until something goes wrong. Whether it's getting caught in the rain or having batteries die, or we had a camera overheat at a shoot the other day. But lots of times people don't see that and don't know about that. They try to put their most glamorous foot forward, and that's not always super relatable to a lot of people. And so being able to, like we said, being able to tell your story, and something that we want to apply more for our content creation, but then also making videos for businesses, we want to be able to help them tell their story in their way.
Yeah, I love that. And just like thinking about that, I think that's really why we do these videos, is to learn more. Like, we should have been there filming on that shoot, filming the behind the scenes of everything going wrong. That would have been the raw reality of what shoots look like for us, because we never really have a shoot that goes as smooth as we want. There's always something, like you said. So making these videos actually is teaching us a lot as well of why things go viral and what we need to do. We should have filmed the behind the scenes of our camera overheating, of it cutting out in the middle of an interview. We should have been filming that stuff to share with people, to share the story and share the struggles. Because I feel like, yeah, it's so true. If you see someone's raw emotions, you connect with them a lot more. And it's like you're in reach. But if you show like you're glamorous, it's like, oh, you're some fictional character. I feel like it's kind of what celebrities kind of are. They just feel like these fictional characters because all we see is the glamorous parts of their life. So I think that's a really good point, is just showing that, making sure you get it on camera or you tell the story of that raw moment. So, I think, you got anything else?
I think that's all. I guess another thing, he appealed to the travel sense. People love to watch travel videos and see cool places and things. That's another thing kind of that I was thinking about of why this went viral.
So how many do we have listed out? So there's 4 things that we think caused it to go viral. Is that what we have listed right there?
Yeah, so we have that it's unique and personal, that he tells it in like his own way. He doesn't tell his story the way that Nike wants him to tell it, the way that the industry wants it to be told. He tells the story in his own way. He shows also maybe the behind the scenes, like kind of the raw side of it as well, which I think caused lots of people to really connect.
Yeah, and then the third one, he's not doing what everyone else is doing. He's going against the grain, which is really important. So everyone would make a typical Nike ad, the typical,
professional athlete.
Ad. Yeah, like, you know what I'm talking about, the typical thing. But he goes against the grain, and so it caught everyone's attention and it went viral. And then the fourth one, did we already talk about the raw part?
Yeah.
So is there a fourth one?
It was the travel was the fourth one.
Gotcha, the fourth one, and then travel. So those 4 things. So telling your story, not other people's story, making sure it's raw, travel, and then do what everybody else is not doing. So those are the 4 things we figured out in this video of why it went viral. Until next week.